Oh, did you get the fireworks, by the way? It's the New Year's episode, I wanted fireworks. Yeah? Hello and welcome to another episode of Ubi-Vlog. In today's episode we have an interview from the developers of Starlink Battle for Atlas, as well as information on a free update for the game. We'll also be giving you a very sneak peek at The Division 2 and announcing the winners of last month's competition. In December we launched a free update for Starlink, which is available on all platforms right now. So without wasting any time at all, let's take a look at some of the new features.
Greetings, pilots! We have new, free content in Starlink Battle for Atlas. Check out the new enemy units, a new activity, and a brand new photo mode. First up, brand new enemy units have arrived in the Atlas star system. The Sentinel is a Legion unit that scouts the area for threats and calls nearby Legion to their position. These Sentinels summon gravity orbs that redirect and absorb enemy fire. Use the pluck mechanic to remove their cores and disable them. Obelisks you will find on Sonatus, Ashar, and Necrom. They defend their troops with highly focused light beams. You must strategically remove its center power cell to disable the unit. Snowcatches and prickleburrs appear on Tundria and Haven respectively. These pesky flora attach themselves to starships and slow them down. Destroy them, or pick them up and throw them at your enemy to use them to your advantage. Gloom Gobs and Bile Bombs are a new and different challenge that we've introduced to the environments of Necrom and Vilus. These nasty blobs will follow anything that attacks them and grow when taking damage, eventually exploding on impact. Be careful. The bigger they are, the more damage they do. Ash worms live exclusively in the acid pools on Ashar. These creatures are extremely aggressive, attacking ships on sight. Sandworms roam Kirit, the desert planet. Attempt to pluck their scales and deliver them to expedition outposts for rare mods. But be careful. These relentless creatures will not let up without a chase. We still do not know where the spirit of Electrum came from, or exactly what it is. It is a mystifying entity that drops Electrum when provoked, but will attempt to flee as soon as it is spotted. Electrum asteroids are rare chunks of earth and metal saturated with Electrum that are thought to be the result of an experiment performed by the Wardens in an attempt to artificially fill Atlas with more Electrum. You can find these in space. We have added a brand new activity that we call Outlaw Fortifications. You can find these fortifications all over Atlas, and they are defended by Scrapper and Ravager turrets. These turrets are equipped with defenses that must be disabled using your active shield ability. Time it just right to reflect the turret's projectiles back and make them vulnerable. Finally, we are very happy to announce that we are introducing a photo mode to Starlink Battle for Atlas. Capture your favorite moments using several tools, such as depth of field, exposure, saturation, and vignette. Add an overlay to personalize your very own screenshot masterpiece. The dev team went crazy with this new mode, showing off their creativity, so we can't wait to see what your photos look like. We hope that you will enjoy all the new content we have packed into our early holiday gift. Thanks for playing, pilots, and happy holidays from the entire Starlink team.
And as an exclusive, we also caught up with some of the developers of the game in a rather noisy club for a little insight into what went into making Battle for Atlas. We're sat in front of all the prototypes, and just describe the process from how it went from a small 3D printed object to the things that you'll mount on the controller itself.
Yeah, it's been a fascinating journey, honestly. It's like it started from just Lego bricks with copper wire attached to like a deassembled Wiimote, and it's like completely experimental with Arduino in there, and so we started from there, and then like started 3D printing starships with 3D printers a bit all over the place at the studio, because it's a very a physical product. You need to be able to manipulate it. So we had several 3D printers running on, and further along we developed the starship to really be part of your experience, and we wanted them to be interactable as well. So you needed to be able to interact with them constantly. So that's been a lot of work that went into making sure that they would be able to, the toy would be able to support that. You can do this.
And what's the one thing that you would like players of Starlink to take away from their experience?
I think one of the biggest thing is to always not hesitate to adapt, to overcome. There's a lot of enemies and worlds in Starlink Battle for Atlas, and there's a lot of configuration that you can try with the different pilots and starships, and even if you don't have all those pilots or starships, you can still always find a clever way to solve a challenge, whether it's a puzzle or it's an enemy. And what I would love is for players to really come up with new ways to solve some of those challenges. Like I got surprised when we're showing the game to playtesters coming to the studio. Like one of the players, for example, started to build a ship with wings that were going very high, so he could hide behind a rock and shoot the enemies from above. They were almost like a periscope gun, kind of. And that's that type of creativity that we discovered from the players experimenting with Starlink. And that's what I would love, that players don't hesitate to experiment and try new things with Starlink Battle for Atlas.
In other news, just before the new year, we headed off to Malmö in Sweden to preview The Division 2. Now, I can't show you too much of what happened just yet, but we'll bring you more news and footage from this event as we get closer to launch. And you should also start seeing some footage appearing on a YouTube near you very soon. Well, there's that, and my PR manager seemed to mostly film Swedish ducks while he was there, but that's a different matter. Isn't it, Manab? So, in the last episode, we ran a competition to win 2 copies of Assassin's Creed Odyssey Gold Edition and Far Cry 5 Gold Edition, and asked you to simply leave a comment if you wanted to get your hands on either of these in the New Year's episode. And you can see the usernames of the winners scrolling across the screen now. Although we said we'd pick 4 winners, but you know what, we actually picked 5 because we wanted to thank you all for watching and subscribing to this new series. And hey, it was Christmas after all. We'll be in touch shortly with all winners via YouTube for you to claim your prizes. We also asked you to send in your questions, but let's face it, most of the questions were about PC giveaways. With one of you even saying, so you're just going to ignore PC players? Rude. Come on, Fish, you're better than this. Well now, Mr. VL Sai Prasad, of course we're not going to ignore PC users. So while we get ready for the launch of Far Cry New Dawn in February, we are giving away 2 copies of Far Cry 5 on the PC. Once again, all you need to do is leave a comment like the one that's on screen now, and we will pick 2 winners at random. Winners will be announced on next month's episode, and as always, terms and conditions can be found in the description below my face. And that's that for our New Year's episode. We have so many exciting things to show you in the year ahead, but I can't tell you about any of them yet. If only there was a way you could be sure you'd be the first to find out. Well, anyway, you can follow me on Twitter here. Make sure you like and subscribe if you didn't get the hint that I so skillfully hid, and join us for more next month. But until then, it's the New Year's episode, so that can only mean one thing. Cue the fireworks, Kaya. Seriously? That's not even...